He's gonna get over it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He drives back with you. You've gathered enough wood and enough oil, and you go to a place in the docks where there's nobody, and you find a slab of sand on which you burn Mrs. Ruffles' body completely. And while the fire is burning, and he's staring into the fire and he's not looking to anything else, and he's saying, I think I need to go catch some sleep, but this is giving me an idea. I think I can't solve the case yet. I'm gonna have to leave it to you, but I'm going to make sure the people are safe tomorrow. I'm going to make sure that nobody else can be caught by the murderer.
Before you go, detective,
I'm just gonna look at you and say, be smooth, okay?
I know it's hard to think under all that pressure, but we need to examine either Miss Maybrough or her estate, or Edward Sweeney offices. We believe we will find evidence there. To maybe provide some search warrant or legal way.
Before you answer that just bring me to something. How did you know we were at the office exactly? Who called you to warn you that we were there? That could be a good lead on the people who killed the dog.
Joseph called me.
There was a woman who came to the station looking panicked, saying that she thought you were the murderers, and she thought you were either going to go to her house, Edward Sweeney's house, or his workplace. So we sent people to all three of these.
Can you describe us this woman?
He describes her to you, and it's Michelle Wozniak.
I hope you will find some sleep tonight, and we can work on this in the morning. Keep your door shut and keep safe.
All right, thank you. In the morning, I will deputize you and get you all the and I'll try to get the judge to give us the paperwork we need to get into the spaces. Oh shit!
Yeah, the judge is same surname. Yeah. Can we do this without the judge?
I can find another judge to help me out in this, but it's going to make it much harder to get Edward, since his cousin is the judge.
Yeah.
Any progress that I make on the case towards him, he's going to know. Can I ask you to work outside of the law and take care of things? I can make sure the police never bother you.
That
can be also done, yeah.
We're gonna try to work within the law to bring you solid proof to you so you can solve officially the case.
Thank you. I really need to take some sleep if I can avoid the... I feel like I'm probably going to have nightmares, but I need to try. Good night.
Good night, detective. Take rest, and we'll see you tomorrow. When he's going to be gone, I'm gonna ask the other, is there any possibility that he could be in danger?
I was just about to say, maybe we should watch him.
Yeah, it's what I was going to suggest. Okay, I'm gonna take care of this, and I'm gonna run over him as he go away and say, oh, Detective Ness, just as a precaution, I'm gonna stay with you tonight, just to ensure that there's no problem.
All right, thanks. I appreciate
my honesty. Yeah, I know. And I'm just like gonna follow him, but I'm gonna try to alléger l'atmosphère avec des discussions plus simples, plus légères.
You wanna lighten up the mood.
Yeah, football. I don't know what they're gonna could talk, but anything that could be relevant that just can change his mind.
Okay. You head off and you're gonna do that. I think you're going to meet his wife and child, because they're waiting for him with dinner when you get there, and also you're gonna spend a night
I took the easy job.
At the Ness family.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, everybody else, you're sort of tired. It has been a long day. What do you all do?
How late is it?
It's around midnight, right around now.
Okay. I doubt there are any stores open.
No.
Okay. I was gonna hopefully just get new clothes that weren't covered in dog blood, but I'll just go back to the hotel and probably sleep in my underwear.
I'm going to partly forego sleep and attempt to make RCMP Criminal Investigations Branch badge
Okay.
or certificate.
It's going to be a subterfuge check, but since you don't have equipment, you do this at a -3.
Damn it.
You're going to have to do that the next day after you buy some forgery equipment.
And have some sleep.
So, the sun rises, you all regenerate your light karma. Stefan Lisowski's wounds are finally able to heal thanks to the power of the light. And in the morning, Elliot Ness wakes up really early, and he has this a determined look in his eyes, and he says, I'm going to go to the station and I'm going to start taking care of things. Don't worry about my safety, I'll be with police officers all day long. You take care of your people. You concentrate on catching the murderer, okay? What are you going to do?
Myself, I suggest that we start to work more carefully, and we should divide in 2 teams and watch the nurse and the son and see if it can lead to a better lead.
I think we don't have to divide. We should just decide, should we go to nurse or to her sons? It will be the result.
What do you have against division? Every time I suggest to be efficient, you're like, no, let's just do one thing.
I'll show you my neck. I think we need to find the strength in...
Well, I don't want to do my smart guy, but 4 to watch one person is not discreet at all.
I think they are working together now. If we follow one, it will lead to another. I just have a hint about it.
Okay.
We will be easy picks if we just separate.
I think that's very fair.
Oliver would like to get that badge just to look official. I mean, Canada is just a little ways north, so probably wouldn't be unheard of.
If you want, you can spend the first half of the day working on that and making another check.
But if you guys think we should rush this, we can do it.
Well, Elliot gave us open hands, so...
Oh yeah, I guess he was going to
Halt.
deputize us, wasn't he?
Should we go to office or directly to the Miss Wozniak estate? I somehow think she's a more important person than her son. He's maybe just a tool, but I'm not sure.
Clairvoyance isn't like scrying, right? It's just you actually have to be looking at someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only people who know how to use the clairvoyance skill are part of the occult, because everybody else can have uneasy feelings and can perceive weird things, but it's harder to interpret them if you haven't been told about the light, the dark, and how clairvoyance itself is supposed to work. You're supposed to have been trained to be able to detect karma, but that means that people who are in the occult world might have that skill. Anyone can develop it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do?
I suppose we go get deputize.
All right. You head to the police station to find that Elliot Ness, along with part of the workforce, are not here. But you find Obono working at his desk, and when he sees you arrive, he says, oh, good. Elliot Ness said you'd be coming over here today. I'm here to take care of deputizing you. Isn't it weird how life goes? One day you're arrested in the cells, and the next we're giving you all a badge. Huh?
It's life.
I don't look like the person that was arrested.
I think he was talking to the other ones, basically.
I will ask him about how Francisco is.
Francisco, well, we caught him yesterday and we interrogated him, and he almost confessed to everything. He was almost there, but, well, we're pretty sure he was the murderer because he just committed suicide in his cell during
What?
the night. Yeah. Weird thing, huh? Must have been guilty.
How do you tell if someone's lying or being deceitful?
You roll for empathy.
Is there any negatives?
No penalties, but you're rolling against O'Donnell's.
Oh.
Right.
Ooh. Ooh.
He's really bad at lying because he's just a human and he rolled 1. And so you talk to him, and nothing he has said about Francisco has been accurate since he started talking about Francisco.
Where is Detective Ness today?
He took a lot of our men, and he went to Kingsbury Run. He said he had to keep the people safe. He also called the fire department. I don't know what it's all about. He said he'd explain to the men when they were on the way there.
And where did you put the body of Mr. Francesco?
He's still in his cell. We were examining him. We're going to move him to the morgue soon. But we got him, so I guess case solved, huh?
Can we check if we can find anything to help you?
Well, I guess you are getting deputized, so if you want to do that. But I think you should really go and help out Ness. He's the one who's doing the important stuff in general.
All right. Why don't you show us to the body? I mean, we're here. We can take a quick look. It'd be nice to say goodbye to him. I mean, he might have been a horrible murderer, but he seemed like a nice enough guy in our interactions, so even if we don't see anything offhand, it would be nice to say our goodbyes.
Sure. I would normally ask you to make a persuasion check, but I know that Eric is going to succeed, so I'm not going to ask one. He takes you to the body, and you can see there is a rope in the cell that you didn't see yesterday that is hanging from the top of the cell. And something that you realize is that the noose is rather low, and Francisco's body is just on the ground right now. He looks pale, except for the parts of his face that were bruised from the previous beatings.
I'm gonna whisper, stick with me, I have an idea, okay? And I'm gonna do a search roll. I'm gonna try to find any evidence other than what you already said that can prove that he didn't suicide or that the detective is lying.
Yeah, make a search check.
Usually when there is... people don't suffocate. They break their neck when they are...
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I would go over and, like, stand by the body.
Pretty bad bruise on his neck.
Exactly, yeah. Like, I was gonna go check for neck bruises.
Can I have a medicine check or...
Yeah, absolutely.
I had 17 on my search roll.
Okay. You investigate the body, and you investigate the cell, and it becomes quite apparent that there is a problem here. Eric, you are certain that Francisco, he had wanted to hang himself on the way the rope is. He couldn't have been standing while he was suffocating. He would have to have been leaning on the rope and wait to be suffocated, because the rope is lower than his height. Stefan, you also find that the bruises on the neck don't indicate that the neck was broken, simply that he suffocated.
I will, for now, just go along with Mr. Douglas.
I'm gonna look at the detective and say, who found the body?
Me and a couple of other people found him, but listen. The dude was guilty. We finally found the murderer. I think the press is going to be really happy that we finally solved this case. Don't you think you'd have a much better...
Detective Abano, I think we're gonna stop this here. You have a last chance to tell us the truth, or we're gonna put you under arrest for the murder of Mr. Francesco.
Me?
And he's gonna see that I look really confident.
You can't put me under arrest. I caught this dude. I brought him to jail. The whole department will call me a hero. You can't put me under arrest.
So you're continuing with that?
Yeah, I am. I am continuing with that. What are you going to do?
I think you're the worst liar I've seen in my career.
Okay, listen. The boys told me that we didn't have enough evidence to convict him, and we were sure he was the murderer. But if we tried him, as we were going to do in 3 days, with as little evidence as we had, he would have walked free. We can't let the Kingsbury torso murderer run free. We had to do something, so... Well,
do you think that the lack of evidence might indicate that he
There's
may
no
not even be the
evidence?
killer then?
No, he.
Well, not the lack
this,
thereof, but
This dude knew the victims. Okay, he was around the crime scenes every time, and he was making us look ridiculous in the papers. It's him. There's no question.
I'm gonna ask you that
just
you
because-
hand over us your gun now.
No, you can deputy this for 2 minutes. I've been a cop my entire career, 30 years. I know how this works. You don't. You have never beaten the street the way I have. And you've only started on this case, on this investigation. Listen, he was the murderer. We solved it. We're good.
He never admitted the crime, detective. You just admit that you cover up yourself, so if
This
you
is
solve
unlawful
all your case like
execution.
this, we should probably check all your case in the past.
and if you're so sure that it was him, what happens if another body crops up?
It won't. I know it won't. This is historically accurate. There was really a person who was framed for the murder like this and who was found hung in their cell exactly the way I've described it.
Wow!
This really happened.
Holy shit! That's bananas.
O'Bonnell is not going to surrender. His pride as a police officer and the conviction that he did what was right, he is not going to hand his gun over.
4 against 1? He's crazy?
He's not planning to fight you. He's just planning on walking away. He starts to try to walk away.
I'm gonna
and
put
Oliver
myself
is
in front.
standing in the doorway.
I put my hands up and I say we walk away. There's nothing we can do at this point. Francisco is dead. We can keep looking though, because I do not believe that it was Francisco. And we need to find who it was before somebody else dies. And this man is protected by the rest of the force. It's going to be really hard to get justice served to him until we find the actual killer.
One
Yeah.
question before we leave, for you, detective. Did you leave anyone with the dog at Francesco's house?
The dog?
Yes,
Oh,
the dog that you locked in a house.
Did you kill the dog?
No. Why would I kill the dog? No. We just...
I'll kill a man, not a dog.
I'm gonna do an empathy check
This-
just to be sure.
Listen, what happened was James was supposed to bring the dog back, but she escaped. She just ran away from him. We had to tell him that like his dog was safe at home so that he'd shut up about his fucking dog. But no, she just left. Why do you ask?
I'm just curious on how well you secured your suspect's crime scene, because it doesn't sound like you did.
He was telling the truth on letting the dog go.
Finally.
Like, so, do you let him go?
I say we let him go for now. There's nothing we can do.
Gonna go beside you, Philip.
I'll step out of the door.
So O'Bonnell raises his chin proudly and he says, "That's what I thought." And he goes back to his desk. What do you do now?
Okay, can we have access to all the police report now that we are deputy?
Yes.
I wanna check quickly on how many crime scene O'Bonnell was.
He's been on all of them except for the third victim.
I'm pretty sure O'Bonnell's not the killer, but I'm going to
No, I'm sure he's not the killer,
destroy
but
his career.
he could have he could have compromised
He's
the
not the killer, but he is a killer.
he could have compromised the crime scene to make them fit as he wants, so maybe we'll have to re-examine it and maybe consider that the third one is the only one that could be intact and see if we can find a match or something that could give us a new clue.
Exactly. I'm, at this point, mostly worried about who will be targeted next, especially because the rest of the police force will believe that they've already caught the killer, so there's not going to be as much protection. If we
Yeah.
can find
Yeah, but
kind of link.
we're gonna explain what we found to Mr. Ness, and I think he can compromise the O'Bonnell plan to say we found the killer. I think.
I feel like our main priority should be trying to find out who might be the next target and keeping them safe at all costs.
Talking about keeping people safe, you notice that you have been hearing a lot of sirens. Not police sirens, but firefighter sirens.
Oh,
Oh god.
Ever since you got to the station.
well, can we just ask a random officer if he know like what's going on?
The police officer tells you, well, I know Ness was calling for a lot of officers to come to Kingsbury Run with him, along with a few firefighters, so could be something like that.
We gotta go
Yeah, I think we should go there.
immediately.
Can we borrow a police car?
Sure.
It'll be faster.
Yeah. As you exit the police station and you look towards the north, you can see that coming from near Lake Erie is a plume of black smoke.
Oh no.
You take a police car and you reach Kingsbury Run. And as the smoke rises in the sky, you arrive to see what is left of Kingsbury Run. An inferno.
Hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to be a part of this story, we are currently looking for more players and game masters to play new games in this setting and on this channel. You can also be a part of the story by having your face added to the cast of characters. I draw all of the images for this game, and you can commission me to make you into an NPC. If you like the style and you want a drawing like that of yourself, or if you want to contribute to the project, you can contact me through the links in the description. Finally, if you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day, everyone.